Hello, this is Rex from Rex Recites. For this video, there's a little bit of a departure in format from what I usually do, which, as you know, is reciting poetry. This time, I'm going to recite to you a short story of James Thurber called The Unicorn in the Garden, which you may or may not be familiar with. And so here we go. One sunny morning, a man who sat in a breakfast nook looked up from his scrambled eggs and saw a white unicorn with a golden horn in his forehead browsing among the roses. He thought his wife would like to know this, so he went upstairs and woke her up and told her that he had seen a unicorn. She opened one eye and looked at him coldly and said, "A unicorn is a mythical beast," and turned her back on him. And so the man walked away back downstairs out into the garden to watch the unicorn some more, who was now browsing among the lilies. And the man said, "Here, unicorn," and he pulled a lily and gave it to him. With a high heart, the man thought he would go up and tell his wife again, give her the latest developments about the unicorn. So he went up and roused her again, and he said, "The unicorn ate a lily." She sat up in bed and looked daggers at him and said, "You are a booby, and I'm going to have you put in the booby hatch." Now this man, who had never liked the words booby and booby hatch, especially on a sunny morning when there was a unicorn in the garden, thought for a moment, and he said, "Well, we'll see about that." And he walked over to the door, but turned back to his wife and said, "He has a golden horn in the middle of his forehead." And he walked down again to watch the unicorn some more, but the unicorn had gone. And so the man sat down among the roses and went to sleep. As soon as he had left the house, his wife jumped from bed and dressed in a hurry, was very excited, and there was a gleam in her eye. And she telephoned the police, and she telephoned a psychiatrist and told them to hurry to her house and to bring a straitjacket. When the police and the psychiatrist got there, they took seats in the chairs and looked at her with great interest. "My husband told me this morning that he saw a unicorn in the garden." The police looked at the psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist looked at the police. "He told me it ate a lily." The psychiatrist looked at the police, and the police looked at the psychiatrist. "He told me it had a golden horn in the middle of his forehead." At a solemn signal from the psychiatrist, the police jumped up from their chairs and seized the wife. They had a great deal of trouble subduing her, for she put up a terrific fight, but they finally did subdue her. And just as they got her in the straitjacket, her husband came back into the house. And the police said to the husband, "Did you tell your wife you saw a unicorn?" The husband said, "Of course not. The unicorn is a mythical beast." And the psychiatrist said, "That's all I wanted to know. Take her away." "I'm sorry, sir. your wife is as crazy as a jaybird. So they took her away, cursing and screaming, and shut her up in an institution. The husband lived happily ever after. The moral to this story is, don't count your boobies until they're hatched. Okay, The Unicorn in the Garden by James Thurber, and he has written many other little things like this as well, and maybe we'll have another one of these days. So anyway, this is Rex from Rex Recites. Thank you for listening, and if you have not subscribed yet, please do so below. Goodbye.